Hello, welcome back to Buckle Up. My name is Rob Wilson.
And I'm noted medallion man Harry King. And this, I'm very excited to say, is a Ford Capri. But is it any good? Let's start, as usual, Rob, with the styling.
Yes.
This is an electric car, so
It is.
first things first, doesn't have a grille. It has this black visor.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Vauxhall's visor, obviously. This, you might have guessed based on the name, is a stylistic reference to the classic Ford sports coupe, the Capri. A car that I personally think always had quite a bad grille.
Yeah.
It had a Cortina grille, and then it had a grille that looked like it was off a Ford F-Series truck.
Yeah.
So actually, I quite like this. It's got quite smart lights. There's two lights either side.
Very
maybe an homage to...
It is. It definitely is.
It definitely is.
As are these bits in the bonnet.
Yeah, it's got frown lines.
Yeah.
Otherwise, though, this is quite a slabby, plain design, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
It's fairly simple. The original Capri was also quite like that.
Yeah.
But there's not much else going on up here. There's a lower splitter and an air intake.
Bit of aero.
Little bit of aero, and nothing under the hood. There is no frunk on this electric vehicle.
No, because it's got a straight sick note. Shall we go and have a look at the sides?
Here we find large, and I mean large, 21-inch aero style alloy wheels, this case in black. But in case they're not big enough for you, they've also put this lovely black outline round the wheel arch. Because this is quite a tall vehicle, they obviously want to make it appear to have that kind of low coupe body line that it just doesn't have. So that's a bit of visual fakery.
Yes.
One more homage here, though, to the Capri. If you look next to yourself, Mr. Wilson,
Yes.
there's that classic C-shaped window in the not classic rear door.
Yes. Straight out of 1976, that, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, apart from the opening bit.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
So this is a four-door car. In case you're worried, you can get into the back.
Yeah, but it is a coupe. That is the style coupe. This is what coupes are now.
It's a hatchback.
Yeah. I have the charging flap here, and it's obviously got CCS fast charging. It can charge up to 185 kilowatts.
Wow.
And it's a 77 kilowatt hour battery. Those numbers may sound familiar to VW owners.
Or Audi owners.
Or Cooper owners.
Or Skoda owners.
So, with that in mind, should we go and have a look at the back?
Here we have what Doug DeMuro would refer to as Altezza-style rear lights, which means, Rob, they're clear.
Yes. They're not red.
They're not red, but it's a light bar.
Yes, it is a light bar. And actually, if you look in here at this bit below the Ford badge, that's actually your third brake light. It's not up here.
Very streamlined.
Speaking of streamlined, what are we missing here?
Wiper.
Yes.
Have you found any problems with that?
Well, yeah, the rear screen doesn't get cleaned.
Doesn't get cleaned. Get covered in road salt. Just shut up about the shape of the body wiping away the water. There are other things on the road than water. You're wrong.
No, but someone from Arizona once told us you don't need a rear wiper.
Oh, good for them. Why don't you just break your back window if it's so unimportant to you? Shall we open the boot?
Yeah, go on.
There's no other badging really going on back here,
Well,
is
there's
there?
Capri written in there,
Yeah,
isn't there? But,
and then there's
yeah.
a diffuser. There's a diffuser
Is
in
it?
it.
Yeah.
Where's the button? Here?
Yes.
Ooh.
Electric.
And quite a large boot. So that's 572 litres in there, Rob.
Wow, that's
which
quite good.
is plenty.
Yeah.
It is plenty of space. And if you want to fold the seats down, there's 1,510 litres of space.
And you can do that in a 60/40, and there is through loading as well.
I am noticing, Rob, doesn't seem to be any releases for the seats.
No.
But you can get that on other cars on this platform.
Yes.
Yes.
Just not this one.
Just not this one.
You can move the boot floor about.
Ooh.
And it does silly things, but it hides your cables and your...
Oh, it actually does. They actually fit under the boot floor.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
lovely.
So there's a bin there, which I think is a Skoda Simply Clever feature.
It is.
But does it say Skoda on the bottom?
No, it says Ford.
Oh, well, there you go.
So you've got this parcel shelf that folds up away here.
Yes.
Ford do like doing this, but it's quite handy because functionally you can't really use the height above that because of the shape of the boot. Although because it's a hatchback, you could load in a large item like a washing machine or a set of drawers if you had the seats folded down.
Yeah.
Or, Rob, you could buy a Ford Explorer and use the full
I was just going to say that.
the full boot.
It's the same.
But this is stylish and sporty.
Yeah, it does have a 12 volt and some hooks. just got to point those practical things out.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm going to test the back seats.
Okay.
Because I am chief back seat tester. Okay, so here in the back, first things first, let's talk about room. This seat is set up in my driving position, and for reference, I'm 6'2" or 188 centimeters tall. And as you can see, if I sit all the way up straight, my head, or my hair rather, is just brushing the top of the, well, panoramic sunroof, really. So that's a nice feature to have. In terms of leg room, I can just about scrape my knees behind this front seat, and if I want to, I can slouch and push them either side. As long as you don't have a middle passenger, that should be fine. But if you do have a middle passenger, there is basically a completely flat floor in here, one of the benefits of this being an electric car. So footroom wise, you should be all okay. The middle seat is slightly raised and it's not very soft, so you probably wouldn't want to be on there for a very long time, but it's there nonetheless. Also here I have a armrest which I can pull down. It's got 2 cup holders, and the bottle of water that fits in the rather large door pocket also fits in there, although I'm not sure if this car is accelerating as quickly as it claims that is particularly secure. This is also where you can use your through loading as well. So if you are a skiist, happy days, you can take this up to the Alps and do whatever that is that you enjoy doing. These seats are, well, I want to say they're leather. They're probably, maybe not. I don't know if it's eco-friendly leather and therefore plastic, but they've got some nice patterns in them, some nice stitching. We've got Isofix on both of the outer seats as well. I've got seat back pockets on both of the front seats, and then here in the centre I have 2 USB-C ports and some climate vents, but I do not have the ability to control the temperature from back here, so I will just have to ask up front very nicely. But yeah, not too bad back here. Let's see what the front's like. Harry, take it away.
Cheers, Rob. So, as we have alluded to throughout this review, this is a platform share with VW. So, I instantly recognise one thing in this interior, and that is a distinct lack of physical buttons. I don't have any physical buttons on the steering wheel. I have this kind of touch-sensitive ones, which don't really provide the feedback that you'd like. There's no buttons here. There's just a humongous screen, although that is Ford's own screen, and it does have a bit of a trick if I can remember how to do it. There we go. So you can hide things under here and also angle the screen to your desired angle. It's a bit weird though, because that's an electronic switch. You can't move it otherwise, but it means that when it's closed, it's proper locked storage, which is handy if you're, I don't know, smuggle contraband. 2 wireless phone chargers here, 2 cup holders, and space for a bottle in the doors. And you have a large centre console storage area with a high-vis jacket in it for some reason. Thanks, Ford. But loads of space. Elbow deep in there. I've got a glove box, but it's only half-sized because this is based on the VW platform, and they don't bother moving the fuse box when they put the steering wheel on the correct side of the car. And also this gauge up here is very, very recognisable from the VW ID products. I've only got one stalk because this side is my drive selector. This side I've got my indicators, high beams, wash wipe, everything else. Smart cruise on the steering wheel and radio controls and a heated steering wheel button, but if I want to do any other climate stuff, I have to go down to this screen. I've got a kind of permanent row at the bottom where I can turn on my heated seats and my defog, but I have to press this little icon if I'd like to have any more things to do. Yeah, it's not ideal. Let's talk about the rest of the system. If I go to the sat nav, let's see how quick that is. I've got to say, the noise this makes when you press the keyboard is not my favourite. It's alright. It's fairly quick, although it's not flagging. Is it flagging that I'll need to charge before I get there? Yes. Yes, it has picked charging routes for me on the way as well, which is very handy. Style is the last thing I want to hit on here. They've clearly lent into the this is a sports coupe thing, even though it's an electric family crossover. So I've got carbon fibre about the place, down the side of the centre console here, around the top of the dashboard. and then I've got this kind of sculpted grey soft touch material. It's kind of coming around me in a sort of cockpitty way. Bang & Olufsen up on the dashboard for your banging tunes. They've definitely tried to make this seem more exciting, more sporty than a lot of the cars on this platform, because the interior design does tend to be a little lackluster in some of the other options. Let's put it that way. I've got a heads-up display as well, but I think everything else we can cover on the drive. Here we are then, Rob, just two young guys in a Ford Capri.
Was it the Sweeney? Who used the Ford Capri?
Oh, I don't know.
It's one of them, isn't it?
The car went off sale more than 10 years before we were born.
Yeah, but should we not be speaking in Cockney accents, is what I'm thinking.
In Life on Mars, they didn't have a Capri, did they?
No, that was a Quattro.
No.
Oh.
That was Ashes to
Ashes. God. So many 70s and 80s TV
We
shows.
know many things.
Yes.
Some things that we know, Rob,
Yeah.
are the 0 to 62 figures on this car.
Yeah, is 5.3.
That sounds quick.
Good grief.
Feels fairly quick.
It is. Well, this is the equivalent spec
To a GTX.
to a GTX VW. So it's 340
Yeah.
PS, 679 newton meters of torque. Top speed 111, but that's,
How much does it weigh, though?
It doesn't say that, and I'm going to guess that's because
It's a lot.
it's a lot. I think it'll be 2.1.
Yeah.
Figure here. So yeah, it's a hefty old beast. It does push you back in your seat, doesn't it?
It does, and it's nice and quiet, and it's handling the bumps quite well.
See, right, that's what I was thinking. So not very long ago, a few weeks ago, Jasper and I were in a Volkswagen ID5 GTX, the same car as this.
Approximately, yes.
This has what, 21-inch wheels?
Yeah?
I think this is way more comfortable than that car. Can you explain that to me, please?
Ford are better at suspension than VW?
But doesn't this just feel more just feels quite nice and
Yeah.
comfortable and compliant? Are you fiddling around with the driver safety stuff?
Lane centering, driver assistance. I'm just saying how good it is.
Yeah, on this not very good road. Oh, it's doing quite well.
I suspect this is better than the VW would do. It's certainly better than the Skoda does.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
That is actually pretty good. But no, yeah, it's very quiet, very comfortable.
Yes.
The pedal feels are fine.
Yep.
It's an electric car.
Yep.
There's no weight to the steering at all.
No.
And it is
So,
quite rolly.
so that's what I was thinking is, does it feel like a Ford?
It's certainly not super direct on the steering in the way I would expect a Ford to be.
No, I thought that. I thought it doesn't really feel that different to a GTX.
It's just not a sharpness to that initial turn, and there's not the sensitivity on centre. You've driven a Mustang Mach-E. How did that feel?
Fine. Like, it wasn't anything majorly special. It
Well,
was better than a Model Y,
Yeah,
feeling-wise.
yeah. But did it feel more like Ford steering than this?
Yes, it probably did.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
So we've lost a little bit there on the badge share.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Yeah, I think that I would really struggle if I was blindfolded. Obviously, you can't do that while you're driving.
No.
To tell which was which. I think this is slightly softer, weirdly.
It's completely blunted on the road, though.
It is. No, it is.
'Cause
We're not saying it's bad.
I'm not slowing down for any of these corners.
No, no.
Rob.
We're absolutely not saying that it drives anything other than very competently. It's just when you're comparing it, as you sort of have to the other cars that are based on this exact same underpinning,
Yeah.
does it feel that much different? To me,
No.
I'm struggling to see the Fordness, and that's slightly upsetting.
I think it might be the best looking car on the platform, though.
Yes. I'm making noises. I'm not sure, actually.
What do you think's in contention for better? Skoda?
Skoda's quite good. The Cupra
I don't like the way the Cooper looks.
is, I think that to a certain audiences, because it looks like a shark. It's definitely not the VW or the Audi. Weirdly, the two most expensive ones. Actually,
Is this not more expensive?
how much do you think this car is? This car with its
This car that we're
options.
seeing in, what trim level is it?
This is a premium all-wheel drive.
Okay, so top spec motor. 55.
Oh, it starts without any options at 56. This one is £60,000.
What?
Yeah. I know we're stopping, but
Yeah.
the driver assistance pack is not standard.
What?
So it's 1,300 quid for your self-drive.
Okay.
The heat pump is £1,000, as are the 21-inch wheels. The roof is standard.
Bang & Olufsen?
Is standard. Yeah.
I'd much rather have a heat pump and self-drive than a Bang & Olufsen system and a sunroof.
Do you know what the name of the paint is?
Capri Blue?
No, it's Blew My Mind.
Is this Dodge in the 70s?
This is what it says there.
Let's conclude.
Yes. Okay, Harry, so we've now tested the Capri.
Yes.
What are you thinking?
I think I rather like it, but
Yeah.
I would like to caveat this by saying I'm Ford boy.
Yep. Oh, sorry, it's locking itself.
Yeah.
It does that.
So I like the design
Yes.
and the badge.
Yes.
I think this is cooler than the other cars on this platform,
Yes.
although it doesn't actually drive particularly much better.
No, which was a bit of a disappointment, really, for something wearing a Ford badge.
But it is quieter and more comfortable,
It is weirdly.
which is like the opposite thing. But I would say it's definitely worth checking one of these out if you're interested in one. There's nothing putting me off it.
I think that the interior is nicer because the screen is better in this than it is in the VW group stuff. At least that's like its own Ford system.
And there's a bit of nifty storage in there as well.
Nifty storage. I think just like having the lighter elements in the interior. The VW group cars are all very dark. And you get the sunroof included as well.
Yeah. And I think the range is very competitive.
Range is competitive.
346 miles WLTP, so...
Better than new Tesla Model Y.
Exactly. So I think overall, it's a thumbs up from Buckle Up.
Yeah, I think so. If you like your Fords,
Yep.
go for it.
Go for it. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please remember to like, subscribe, and go down and tell us what you think about the new Ford Capri in the comments. Did it blew you away?
Amazing. If you want to support the channel, you can do so by becoming a channel member. You can buy some lovely, lovely, sweet, sweet merch. Oof. Or you can go down into the description and follow us on all of the social medias.
All of them.
We are on nearly all of them.
All of them.
So
follow me on LinkedIn.
Yes. Thank you for watching. And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.